Thanks, matey. Jess, thanks for your time, mate. Much appreciated. How's the squad settled into Saudi?
Yeah, good. Yeah, got here yesterday, quite early in the morning. So yeah, had pretty much all day yesterday to sort of get used to the place and the heat, and the settings, and had a good training session yesterday. Just get the legs moving and sort of get just the flight out of everyone's legs. So yeah, everyone's in good condition. And yeah, had a good sleep last night, so feeling good this morning.
I think Connor, before the side left, said that he was expecting some maybe shenanigans on the ground over there, sort of, delayed buses, traffic jams, training pitches, not up just crashes to the sabotage you guys. Have you run across anything?
Not yet, to be fair. But I mean, it's early doors, man. So I was still prepared for whatever comes in the next coming days.
John? Oh, okay, he's just jumped off for a second. Marco?
G'day, Jason.
Hey, Marco, how are you?
Mate? Good, thanks. Hey, so mate, I guess I guess you guys know what Saudi have to do, what you guys have to do. I guess for them, they know that they're going to finish third or fourth, even if they lose or they don't do what they have to do. So they're probably going to sort of go for it. How do you counter that early when you know there might be they might go, right from the start?
I mean, yeah, I think that's in in the forefront of everyone's minds. But I think we have to approach this game as if, I mean, we haven't qualified. That's the reality of the situation. We haven't qualified yet. Yes, they have a big task ahead of them if they're to qualify in the second automatic spot. But I think we're all approaching this game as if we have to win, and I mean that's going to be the mindset from the start of the game, regardless of not conceding whatever amount of goals. Even though that's a task for them, I still think we're going there to win. We're here to win, and I think that's the coaching staff and all the players expect nothing less. It's not just going to be a game where we can't concede X amount of goals. We're here to get 3 points and still finish as high as number of points in this group as possible. So expecting a very attacking, sort of hell-bent, relentless sort of Saudi Arabia. But we've played them before. We've sort of watched their games and we know how they attack, and then also how they can be vulnerable as well. So yeah, we're here to win the game.
And mate, coming off the high of the other night, has it been hard to get back into the mode that that you got to do what you got to do on Wednesday morning, knowing that you're almost there and that their task is really hard?
I mean, a few hours later, and we were watching the Bahrain game. They Saudi won 2-0, so that sort of brought us all back down to earth pretty quickly. Although it was an incredible night for everyone here in the country and Australian football. And such a incredible moment for Azizs, specifically. We sort of all came grounded very quickly and realised that the job's not done, it's not finished. We're nearly there, but it's not finished, and we have a job here to do, and there's no room for complacency or no room for assuming that things are automatically done. We still have another game to play, so I think everybody's mindset switched pretty quickly, and I think it's a good thing because. Yeah, you have to come here prepared and expect anything from Saudi Arabia, and like I said before, we are going into the game with the mindset to win.
Joe?
Hi, Jace. I hope you're going well, mate. Is this game against Saudi Arabia, is this one where if you can survive the opening 15, 20 minutes, you feel like you're in a really good place because there's going to be so many people there, they're going to be so late. If they get the early goal, they're going to be even more on top of you. But if you can see out the opening 15, 20, begin to silence the crowd, have doubts creep into the Saudis' minds, you think you'll be in a much better place?
I think it is, one of those cases where the longer, the scores remain 0-0, the less, I guess, motivation they will lose. I think, the opening 15 minutes definitely, if a goal, if we were to concede a goal, things could get a bit hairy. But at the same time, I think our defence has shown over these past few games, especially. But when we played them the first time as well, that yeah, we're capable. I think we're capable of keeping any team out, but I think we're capable of keeping them, to 0 again. So it's definitely going to be one where the first 15 minutes, it's going to be the time for them to pile the pressure on us, to make us sort of nervous, make us sort of sweat, and see if they can, mentally, get ahead of us in the game. But I'm sure we'll go in there prepared for that. We are prepared for that, and like I said before, it's we're not going there to not lose. We're going there to win, really. So, I think we're prepared for all scenarios.
You mentioned sweat there, mate. And it's hot as hell here. How do you how are you going to have to deal with that against a side full of blokes who play here year in and year out? How do you sort of adjust to that and sort of, I guess you can't use it to your advantage, but mitigate any advantage they can take from it?
Yeah, I mean, we've got coaching staff and medical staff who really help us with the conditions of our bodies, our fluids, our hydration, being as best prepared for the game as possible in that aspect. And then, I mean, of course, the guys whose seasons had finished, they had that training camp for 10 days in a climate which was, I mean, the boys have said it was hotter than this, so they've sort of prepared already. And then, I mean, for me, I think the will to win, the will to get to a World Cup, that can sort of get you through, 35-degree game. It can get you through moments. It can get you through, times when you feel like it may be a bit too hot. I think that willpower itself is enough to get this team through that 95 minutes on Tuesday. So it's going to be tough, obviously, but I think boys are more than capable to do it.
Joanna, and then just any follow-ups, just raise your hands, guys.
Great, thanks. You touched on that, I guess, mental aspect that you're expecting from Saudi Arabia. Has that been a big talking point going into the game?
I think the collective mindset is in a place where it hasn't really had to be touched upon too much. I think boys already know what we have to do. I think we know the job isn't finished, and we know that it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park. And I think it's been like that throughout the campaign ever since the boss came in. Ever since October, it's been one of really high standard of professionalism, maintaining elite standards in every aspect of of the game, on the pitch, off the pitch, mentality, your recovery, approach to games, not being complacent. I don't think we've ever been complacent in any of these games, and although we're nearly there, so to speak. I say so to speak because we're not there yet, so we still have a job to do. Reality of the situation, we still have a job to do, and everybody's aware of that. I think we're in a good place mentally going into this game.
Seems like the really obvious message here is the job isn't done yet. Is that the only message from Papa? Is it keeping it really simple going into Wednesday? Pretty much, yeah. The job's not finished. We don't have our tickets yet. The country's not, in that pot of teams that's already qualified yet. That's the reality situation. So until that's the case, there's no room, to take the foot off the pedal. There's no room to relax. So he made that really clear, the night of the game and the day after the game, especially at training, that, we still have a lot of work to do, to get this country qualified for next year's World Cup. So, that was the message, and everyone's taken it on board.
Just one question each for follow-ups, guys. We've got Luke first.
The first half in particular, Japan's press was pretty bloody impressive, and Saudi could come at you with just as much intensity, obviously, like we've spoken about. What are the learnings out of that first 45 from the team, do you think, about possession and trying to get your own game on, because you could face some sort of similar pressure come Wednesday morning our time?
Yeah, it was very intense from Japan, and same the first time we played them in Saitama. It was very intense pressing. I think, for me, they're the best team in Asia, so it's standard to come from them. I think the fact that Saudi have to get a lot of goals and nothing really to lose, in a losing sort of aspect. I think it will be quite intense at the start. I think we felt that in Melbourne as well. We weren't expecting them to press the way that they did in the game in Melbourne. So sort of already have an idea of what they're going to do. But I think we have to try and play our game, which we sort of weren't able to do at times in Perth. yeah, try and just remain calm and sort of, knowing what's coming, still trying to do, what we need to do. And I think that's sort of the best way instead of, panicking or trying to just sort of survive sort of thing. So I think it's just trying to apply our game as best as we possibly can.
Marco?
Jason, just for you, mate, how have you enjoyed your return to Japan, and how excited are you, I guess, not having been in part of the squad for a long time, now that you're back in for this past few windows, that, there's a good chance that you might be playing the World Cup next year?
Yeah, I haven't gone that far yet because I think it's still such a crazy thing to sort of think would be a reality. But yeah, regarding these past sort of 8 months, 9 months, it's been a whirlwind, honestly. Coming back into the national team after 8 years is always something that I wanted to do, but I mean, didn't always think it was possible, and luckily I was given that opportunity to do so, and then being involved in these past 4 camps now, it's just, I'm just really, really grateful, and I feel really privileged to be a part of this group and a part of this journey. It's something really incredible being able to help qualify the country for a World Cup, although the job's not finished yet. And then going back to Japan as well. I really enjoyed my time there. I spent 3 years there. I really enjoyed it initially, and always wanted to get back. So really happy that I was able to get that opportunity with Aberx Niigata, and I'm enjoying the football there. It's different. It's a high level. I feel like I'm learning a lot. I feel like I'm improving a lot. And although my team isn't currently doing too well, we're in a bit of a fight at the moment to sort of get some wins and stuff. It's still been an enjoyable process, and I feel like I'm becoming sort of the best version of myself to date. So I feel like I'm in a really good place right now.
Last one from you, Joey.
Jason, just wanted to ask you, that the Aziz's goal, lots been made about Aziz's finish and Riley's turn and shot, but you took out 4 defenders in the build-up to that goal when you passed to Riley. Are we sleeping on your contribution to that?
I don't know, man. Focus on what you guys did to focus on. I think still Azizz had the most to do, and Riley did a hell of a lot more than I did as well. So I think the credit, I mean, if you tier it, maybe it can go from Azizz, then to Riley, then to myself, maybe. But there was a lot of work before that goal. The guys that started the game laid the foundation, and the guys that came on all made an impact. Not just myself or Riley. I think Daniel. I think Yaz, when he came on in the middle, was really effective as well. And Juki, I think he probably gets the least credit out of anyone. When he came on, the way he was holding the ball up and drawing fouls and really getting us some time was incredibly important to how we finished the game off. So I think it was as a team contribution, although I think Aziz on his weaker foot, I think he should get all the credit, to be honest. So.